What is up guys, it is Jordan here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about some gaming news, I guess. The reason I'm talking about this game in particular, or this announcement potentially, is because the game series is very close to what I covered on my channel, and you've seen the title, I don't know why I'm keeping this mysterious. I'm talking about a potential new Tom Clancy game in 2019. Now if you know, I'm a big fan of Tom Clancy games. I've played tons of Siege on this channel, I've played tons of Wildlands, I've played all the previous Ghost Recon games, I've played all the Splinter Cell games, I played Tom Clancy's End War, literally any Tom Clancy game and book I've read and played. So I'm a massive fan of the Tom Clancy brand in general. Admittedly, I'm less so of a fan as to where it is now, because I don't think some of the newer games are at all Tom Clancy-ish. Nonetheless, I still think the games themselves are actually very fun. So if you have not seen the news or haven't been really paying much attention, then recently in Wildlands there's been lots of little Easter eggs pointing towards a potential new Tom Clancy game. People discovered lots of little hints, which then led them to a website which is for a fake company called Skeltech, and people managed to find a username and password through these Easter eggs, which then granted them access to this secret website, which contained a bunch of information and videos about drones taking over, like evil drones and things like that. So again, probably looking at something a bit more futuristic-y than what we're used to with some of the older Tom Clancy games. That being said, the danger of technology is a concept that has come up in Tom Clancy games a couple of times, and especially more so in the newer games. So it's nothing completely new, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's in the future. It could be, or maybe near future, I don't know. But that's basically what has sparked this idea that there's a new Tom Clancy game coming out very soon. Nonetheless, the information is very scarce right now, so the main topic of this video is not going to be on the details, because I've pretty much just said everything there is already. This video is going to be talking about which game I think, or which series it could potentially be, and we're going to go over each of the series there are and potentially a new one, and then you guys can let me know in the comments which one you think it's going to be, because these videos, as always, are all about interaction with you guys and starting a conversation about the topic I'm talking about. So once again, let me know in the comments which game you think it's going to be, which one you would like it to be, or which series you would like to come back. But with that being said, we're going to talk about which game it could potentially be. Now straight away, I know that I shouldn't need to say this, but I'm going to rule this one out. It's the rule out the Division 2, because people keep saying this on Reddit for some reason, that it could be the Division 2 or like just something towards that. I very much doubt it's going to be the Division 2. The Division 2 is a very public game now, like it's been public for some time, it's not a hidden thing. It would make probably no sense to have these kind of Easter eggs and this hidden path for people to try and follow just to lead them to a game they already know about, because that's just super disappointing and stupid, let's be real. So it's not the Division 2, so if you're thinking that, no, that game's already way too public for it to be that. The next one I'm going to rule out is people saying that it's going to be another Rainbow Six game. It's not going to be another Rainbow Six game. Rainbow Six Siege is doing way too good for it to be another one of those. I mean, it's not a good idea financially for them to do it right now, because Siege is still bringing in tons of players, it's still one of the most popular shooters on the market. They would like to release a whole new game, would completely shake up everything that Siege is right now, and you don't want to tamper with something that's doing that well, and there's just no reason for it, because like I said, Siege is still one of the most popular games out right now, so there's no need for another Siege game, and it's not going to be a DLC, I don't think either. People have been saying a new Siege DLC. I mean, it could be that, but again, it would have to be one hell of a DLC. If it's just like 2 more operators and a new map, but with all this Easter egg stuff, and that's just ridiculous. It just seems to be too much story there for a Siege DLC, so I don't think it's going to be that. And as well as that, Siege DLCs are always known things, like everyone knows when they're going to come out and always know when to expect information. They're not secret things, so they don't really warrant an Easter egg trail to release one. Now the next thing people are saying is that it could be another new Ghost Recon game. Once again, I'm on the fence about this one. I'm not going to rule this one out, because it's very possible that another Ghost Recon game could be on the way, especially since these Easter eggs were teased in Ghost Recon Wildlands. But once again, Wildlands is still doing very well. It's regularly updated, content came out very recently with Special Operations 2, they seem to be doing pretty well with the multiplayer mode, and it seems to be picking up sort of now-ish, like it's getting bigger and bigger right now. So it would seem weird for me for them to release a new game after putting all that work into Wildlands and bringing it up to being, you know, quite a popular game. And as well as that, if they were going to release a new game, I think they would have slowed down the content recently, but Special Operations 2 was a pretty damn big update, and like I said, that was very recent, so I feel like the content probably would have been a lot slower if they were getting ready to announce a new Ghost Recon game, because they would have the development team working on the new game, not bringing out old content. However, that one I'm not going to rule out, because Wildlands has been out for a while now. It's not massively popular like Siege, but it is doing well, and the Easter eggs were teased in Wildlands, so it could be that. And hey, I'm all about having another Wildlands game. They did do the Future Soldier crossover recently, and this one's talking about the dangers of technology, so, you know, it could be near future. Maybe they're going back to like a Future Soldier 2 or something. I mean, I would be okay with that. I know lots of people are mixed on Future Soldier, but I had a good time with it. I mean, I much preferred like Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. I thought those two games were brilliant, but hey, I would be okay with a Future Soldier 2. Now, on to the next one, which I think it could potentially be, and that is Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell has been long dormant now. We haven't had a Splinter Cell game for a very long time, and they've said regularly that Splinter Cell is a franchise that they are still passionate about, and that they've been fighting, like some people in Ubisoft have been fighting to get resources to get one out. Like, it's been going back and forth for a while, and as well as that, the last Splinter Cell game did pretty good. Blacklist was a pretty good game, and I think it sold alright. Like, it wasn't massively mind-blowing, but it definitely showed that there is still potential in that game. They also did the Splinter Cell crossover with Wildlands recently, in which they brought back the original voice actor for Sam Fisher, so that's another thing. Like, they put in the time to go and get him and get him to voice act and come back, so it's more than possible that maybe he's coming back to voice Sam Fisher and they're going to do another Splinter Cell game, maybe a few years in the future, because Sam's an older character in the games anyway, so maybe it's a few years in the future and they've got, you know, some technology things going on. I don't know, I have no idea what the story would be, but if it was going to be a returning franchise, my money would be on Splinter Cell, because that game has been waiting for a new entry in the franchise for quite a while. Now, there's one other franchise I want to talk about. You may or may not have heard of it, but it's one that I want to throw out there just as a maybe, because I really liked the game. To be honest, it's more of a personal thing, but Tom Clancy's End War was a strategy game that came out probably like, I don't know, maybe nearly 10 years ago now, maybe not that long. I don't know, it was a long time ago, and that was a really good game actually. I really liked it. It was one of the first games that incorporated like voice commands, so that you could control your units with voice commands. I remember looking like an idiot in front of my dad for hours on end, shouting at the TV. That was also a near future game. I think it was near future. It's been very long since I played it. I know I said I loved it, but I was very young at the time. But that was definitely a more futuristic based game, not very futuristic, but near future. And I think that game would be very good at having another sequel. And as well as that, that game had pretty damn good reviews when it came out. It was a very popular game, and it just never got a sequel, which is strange, because I remember having tons of fun with that game. And I would be absolutely stoked about a Tom Clancy's End War 2, and it would be something a bit fresh for the Tom Clancy name, because Tom Clancy's, like I said, they're kind of really dragging that name out right now. They're really stretching it as far as it can go, so it would be kind of cool to try something a bit different with it, go back to a strategy game, something, you know, just different from what we have at the moment. Finally, there's the possibility that it's a completely new franchise. Now, it's a very hard thing to speculate because it could be anything. There's plenty of Tom Clancy material out there, and as well as that, Ubisoft has shown that they're quite happy to slap Tom Clancy on anything they make now. And it sounds like I'm being a bit harsh about that. In some ways I am, because I think it's a bit silly, because like Siege is not a Tom Clancy game. Wildlands is not a Tom Clancy game. Like, if Tom Clancy was still around, I'm pretty sure he would disapprove strongly of his name being on that, but Ubisoft own the name and they know it's popular and it sells, so they keep using it. So they could just straight up be releasing something completely new. But anyway, I don't want to delve too much into that, because I don't want to go totally into speculation. However, I am going to add one final idea, which is not a Tom Clancy idea, which just bear with me. Now, although I've said this video is, you know, a new Tom Clancy game coming out, that is based purely on the fact that this is announced in a Tom Clancy game. There is the potential that it could not be a Tom Clancy game, and it could simply be Watch Dogs 3. Watch Dogs 3 has lots of things tech related, and that's what this is promoting. And Watch Dogs 2 came out a couple of years ago now, and it was better than the first one for many. It did better, I think. I'm pretty sure it sold better because it didn't have the stigma of E3 downgrades. So it was a pretty good game, and I'm pretty sure they've hinted time and time again that Watch Dogs 3 is coming. So I think it could also be Watch Dogs 3, which would kind of upset me, because I would like a new good Tom Clancy game, but there is the possibility that they're just using another Ubisoft game as a platform to promote Watch Dogs 3. Anyway guys, that is all for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think it could be and what you want it to be. I'm very interested to see what you guys are thinking about this little announcement, this little teaser. I'm very excited to see what comes out, especially if it is a Tom Clancy game, because I'm pretty itching for a new one, to be totally honest. Something maybe a bit more like the old school Tom Clancy games. I know it would be quite a stretch because that kind of gaming is dead now. It's all about loot boxes and stuff like that, but it would be interesting to see what happens anyway. But anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate it if you smacked that like button and subscribed for some more awesome Siege content. I just said Siege content, I meant content in general. I keep forgetting that I'm not solely a Siege YouTuber anymore. Anyway guys, I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.
My name is Jace Skell. I'm the founder of Skell Technology. Ever since its creation, SkellTech has been harnessing innovations in industrial science to serve the common good. We at ScaleTech dare to dream big and strive fearlessly to achieve those dreams. Every day, we work tirelessly to enhance technology in our quest to create a better world. Today, the entire team at ScaleTech is proud to present a new range of drones for public and personal use. Agriculture, transportation, security, maintenance. Our families of autonomous machines are designed to free mankind from its tedious limitations, making day-to-day life more peaceful and accommodating to a meaningful existence throughout the world. The Scale Farmer, for example, is a revolutionary drone capable of seeding and toiling difficult soils, providing food for the most remote locations on the planet. The Scale Pollinator can be used for flower pollination as a substitute to bees, ensuring our biosphere develops and thrives for decades to come. The Scale Doctor is specialized in emergency intervention, delivering medical support in the most trying scenarios. These are but a sample of the new series of drones we're launching. New models, upgrades, and specialization kits will be released in the months and years to come, such as the Scale Handy and the City Cherubim, a drone capable of patrolling our streets to keep them safe and secure. I hope you're as excited as we are. We are working without boundaries to bring to life the world of tomorrow. Scale technology, a better future today.